only we cover.
Okay, we had a great meeting with the president to coordinate his executive order and what we need to do in the Congress. Obviously, everyone knows the executive order was a good first start, very good, but we also need to do the job with legislation. You can't solve this problem without legislation. We focused on two issues. Number one, bipartisanship. We're not going to get this done if it's partisan. So far, the four of us have had great unity, and so far, I think just about the whole Congress sees that we need to do things in a bipartisan way on something so crucial as this. And the second is investment. We are going to need investment. It's not going to all occur in the first year. We're going to ramp it up, as Senator Rounds constantly reminds me. But we need real investment in the kind of things. The CHIPS and Science Act authorized a lot of things, but we haven't appropriated them. We'll fall behind. We'll fall behind China and other countries if we don't do investing. They're doing a lot of investing. We're a lot better at this right now. But if our investment falls down and China invests way ahead of us, we won't be ahead of the game in a little while. So we had a really good, constructive meeting. We're going to constantly coordinate with the White House and get something done. It's hard. This is the hard. We approach this, one final point. We approach this with humility because it's about the hardest thing we can do. It's so complicated, it's so all-encompassing, and it's so new and rapidly changing that it's hard. But we are the people, as Teddy Roosevelt, one great Republican, said, who are in the arena, and we're going to do it.
Yeah, I just thank you. I would just say that the president clearly was focused on not just a discussion about regulating this technology. What we talked about was how we make sure that we absolutely continue to be the leader in the development of artificial intelligence now and in the future. And the goal here is to not only make the appropriate investments, but to be an inviting location where the developers of artificial technology actually come and want to come, bring the talent here. And then finally, we recognize that there is a need for a regulatory environment with regard to all of these tools, but that regulatory environment should be such that it enhances our ability to continue to be a leader in this technology and not a detractor that might very well send these particular technologies someplace else. So very positive meeting today, and once again, on a bipartisan basis, if we keep it this way, I think we can really make some great strides in maintaining this tool, and people in this country will see a change in their quality of life in terms of healthcare, long term, and also along with that, a recognition that we are talking about and we're concerned about their privacy and the transparency that is required so that people understand it and feel comfortable with it.
You know, I think this executive order did a really good job of well staying within the lanes of what the executive could do, what the administration could do, building the foundation for a very complementary approach from the Congress. And I think all of us up here want to make sure that we maximize innovation, maximize American leadership, and at the same time take seriously the risks that are inherent in AI and create a situation where we can manage those.
Thanks, Mark.
Well, the president understands that there is an amazing potential with this opportunity, potential to help us live longer, to cure diseases like cancer, become more prosperous. So we need to be able to capture this upside potential, ensure the United States of America continues to stay in the driver's seat when it comes to the development and deployment of AI technologies, but manage some of these risks. And there are many aspects to this executive order that I think do touch on that. Some of those will be made into law and made permanent by Congress. Others we're trying to digest, and I suspect there will be some narrow areas, at least, of principal disagreement. So I'm very encouraged that Leader Schumer continues to emphasize this is going to be a bipartisan, consultative, regular order process as we sort of finalize some of our policy objectives through these AI Insight forums, and as we continue to meet with some of the world's best minds on AI. and then ultimately we'll be coming together through the committees of jurisdiction to make law. So I thank my colleagues here for their continued hard work on this as well.
We have to vote, so we'll take a couple of questions only on this subject. Yes,
Senator,
ma'am.
yeah, Senator Schumer, how confident are you that companies will stick with some of these voluntary commitments they've made on AI?
Look, I think they want to, but they're capitalist, profit-making organizations, and if they see that some other company's not obeying and making more money than them, we could have trouble. We all agreed in the room that we hope they stick with it, but we also agreed we probably need some legislative guardrails to prevent the outliers from bringing the lowest common denominator down.
Leader
Yes.
Schumer, what's your relationship like with the new speaker, Speaker Johnson?
I just
Can
said
you
on
work
topic.
together? Can you
On
work together
topic,
on this?
go ahead.
Can you work together on this
topic,
issue?
please.
Actually, on this issue, can you
Well,
work together
okay,
on this particular issue?
Sorry,
Yeah,
that's a good question.
that's right. Is it?
I worked with with Speaker McCarthy. He was very interested and eager to work with us on this. It was very good, and I'm hopeful that the new speaker will have the same attitude. I've not yet talked to him on it.
Is
Thank
there
you,
a part of the
everybody.
Congress where you discern opposition on this?
regulatory piece, do you have the agencies in place, or do you need new agencies?
We're discussing that among ourselves.
Certainly more talent.
Committee by committee.
You all can stay if you want. He left, but you all can stay.
We gotta go vote. Somebody set a vote.
Well, come back. We'll be here.
Thank you.
Hey, John, nice say.
I realized I was too far on the side.
No kidding.